wanted to talk about something that has hit very close to home, that is very fresh, that I know a lot of you have dealt with in your lives as well, or maybe dealing with now, and that is the loss of a beloved animal friend, family, fur baby, however you want to refer to them. I just very recently lost my cat, Nathaniel. It's been about a week, a little less than a week. I can't even remember now. It's a blur. But I thought in my own pain and grieving process, I could help you cope, because there are a couple tips over the years that have really stood the test of time, that have helped me find a little bit of respite and everything. And I hope they do you too. And they're tips that you may have not have ever heard of before. They're pretty unique. First of all, grieve how you want to grieve. For me, it's been a lot of time sleeping in, a lot of time in bed this past week, processing it, dealing with it, and that's okay. Don't feel guilty if you do that. Not all of us have that luxury. I really don't. There's responsibilities that need tended to, but it's important to somehow, some way, take that time to grieve and deal with it internally. It's very important. And don't let anyone make you feel bad for doing that. It's crucial to your psyche and your everything that you're going through. Second of all, don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, it's just a dog, it's just a cat, it's just a horse, it's just a bird, whatever. Those people, they don't get it, and they never will. I mean, these are true bonds we have with these beautiful creatures, and they're living beings, and we're living beings, and it's a special bond. So don't listen to any of that either. You can grieve them as much as you grieve any person. Now, a lot of people don't agree with that, but again, those people don't really get it. But these are going to be, I'm going to give you a couple tips that have helped me over the years, that I think you'll find valuable. First of all, when referencing your beloved pet, always talk about them in the present tense, not the past tense. So you might want to say something like, oh, Scout, I'll bet he really loves this new bedspread. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, he's going to be cuddling up with us tonight, Or, oh, we're cooking steak. That was Scout. That is Scout's favorite. He must really be enjoying the smell. Aren't you, Scout? Talk about them in the present to bring their soul, their joy, really into your presence. And they really are. And I think it's important to talk to them all the time. Talk to them, have conversations with them when you're thinking about them, and they hear them. They hear them. Those that have crossed over hear us, people and animals. But I liken talking about them in the present tense to Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you've watched Star Wars, and many of us have, you will know what I mean when Darth Vader was defeating him and did defeat him. He said, I'm going to be more powerful than I ever was in this realm. So, that I link that so much to Obi-Wan Kenobi, may the Force be with you, that he's alive more than he ever was, crossed over, because his soul is free and with us. And that's really true, and a good way to look at it, because there's a lot of truth in that. So it's amazing. Another thing I wanted to mention is to look for signs, ask for signs from your pet. They will come into your dreams. It may take some time, but it will happen. Or you may get signs every so often throughout the years in everyday life. As I was making this video, the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader parallel analogy that I came up with today, after the fact, it hit me that Nathaniel's first collar ever was a Darth Vader collar. I was like, whoa, and that was a sign. Yeah, that was a sign. I didn't link the two till after the fact. So, another tip that you may not hear a lot about is make a celebration day in their honor. So instead of grieving the day that they've gone, instead flip it, and pick a day instead. The day maybe that if you know their birthday, pick that day. If you don't know their birthday, it's the day that you rescued them. It's the day that you found them in the newspaper. It's the day that you found them as a stray. You know that special anniversary day that you have with your pet. And it's a special day when you both met and you both saw each other for the first time. And take that day and celebrate it. Make it a whole celebration. So you might want to that day look through their photo album and have a special prayer with them and talk to them. Or you may, that day get a cake in their honor, with their picture on it or their name on it. However you want to celebrate. Maybe you want to watch a movie that you used to cuddle up and watch with them. It can be anything, really. It can be anything. But honoring them is so important. I used to have a kitty and used to have a dinner theater company. I'm an actor, and I would put my kitty that passed away on the back of all my theater programs, and she would wear a little top hat and a cane. It would be an illustration of her, and even for the spiritual shows, she would have a little shepherd's cane on the back of the program, a little shepherd's outfit. So, it's always good to honor them however you deem fit or however you want to. So I hope those two in particular really help. Always, talking to them in the present tense, because they do hear us, and celebration days. So I figured you may not have heard those before. And then in closing, I'll share a little story of probably one of my fondest memories of a fur baby. I grew up in the hills of West Virginia, a pastor's daughter in the mountains, and I had a dog named Scruffy. She was very sweet. She was a rescue. And I always went blackberry picking in the woods behind the parsonage, which is, the pastor's dwelling. All these vast woods, they went on for miles. And the countryside went on for miles. This is Appalachia, outside of Morgantown, West Virginia. And so I used to go blackberry picking with my little dog Scruffy and my little cat Miracle. There's a story there for another time. But we would go, I would go blackberry picking. Now, these woods were owned by a very sweet elderly couple, but they also had a few bulls and cows in these woods. So, yeah. So one day, I'm blackberry picking with my cat and dog, and I'm just doing my thing. I'm only about 13 or 14, picking the blackberries, and I hear behind me a snarl, a snort, if you will, and I freeze, and I slowly turn around, and a bull is ready to charge into me. And I see my life flash before my eyes. I'm trembling. I think to myself, this is it, it's over. In that split second. And just as I thought that, Scruffy, my dog, goes nuts and starts growling and barking at this bull and scares the out of it. And this bull runs for its life. So Scruffy saved my life. And to this day, I still thank Scruffy for saving my life, and talk to her and tell her thank you all the time. So share some memories below of some of your favorite fur baby memories. Share with me some tips you may have on grief and grieving your lost fur baby or animal family. And I would really appreciate that, and I hope this helped. And just know that you're not alone going through this. Feel free to write me if you need to, and we can grieve together and talk about it together. And I hope you have a blessed time. Until next time, I'm going to start uploading some more videos, and have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening wherever you are watching this.